Assalamu alaikum dear students. My name is Mohammad Rafiqul Ahmed Robin. I am your science teacher, Standard 5, Campus 4, British Standard School. Today I will be explaining second half of the chapter 11, Earth, Sun and Moon. Page number 133 to 136. Before I start my lesson today, I want to say something about coronavirus. Coronavirus is a transmissible disease and it is spreading like an epidemic. Novel coronavirus COVID-19 causes deaths of thousands of people around the globe. So it is very dangerous. To prevent from this contagious disease, we must stay home, stay clean. Thank you. Let's move to our lesson today. Phases of the moon. When the moon revolves around the earth, its shapes appear to change day by day. The changing shapes of the moon are called phases of the moon. In this diagram, you can see the different phases of the moon. Let's move to the landing on the moon. The first men to land on the moon were the crew of American space mission Apollo 11. The rocket that carried it into the space was Saturn V. The Apollo 11 carried 3 American astronauts, Neil Armstrong, Edwin Aldrin, and Michael Collins. Armstrong was the first man to set foot on the moon on July 20, 1969. Armstrong and Aldrin stayed for 2.5 hours on the moon and collected rock samples to bring back to the earth. These rocks have given scientists a lot of information about the moon. Just look at the picture. Aldrin's footprint on the moon. As the moon has no air or wind, the astronauts' footprints will remain there forever. Let's turn the page. Fact file. The only one side of the moon is visible from the earth at all times. That is why we see the different phases of the moon. Now let's look at the artificial satellite. Artificial satellites are man-made objects that orbit the earth. In order to launch satellite into the space, we need to overcome the earth's gravity. This is achieved by launching satellites with powerful rockets. There are different types of satellites, each designed for a specific purpose. Communication satellite sends signal for TV and radio programs and telephone calls. Navigation satellites help ships and aircrafts to find their way. Astronomy satellites carry telescopes into space, and weather satellites help in weather forecasting. Ground stations on Earth send and receive signals to and from these satellites. Let's go to eclipses. Eclipse. The word eclipse means hidden. The eclipses are two types. One is lunar eclipse, another is solar eclipse. Let's talk about lunar eclipse. When the earth comes between the sun and the moon, it blocks a lot of sunlight from reaching the moon and creates a shadow. This is called an eclipse of the moon or lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse may be partial or total. During a partial lunar eclipse, only a part of the moon can be seen. During a total lunar eclipse, the moon cannot be seen at all. Let's turn the page. Solar eclipse. When the moon comes between the earth and the sun, it blocks some part of the sun and creates a shadow. The sun looks as though it has a disk in front of it that creates a shadow. This is called a solar eclipse. Solar eclipse may be partial or total. During a partial solar eclipse, a part of the sun can be seen. during a total solar eclipse, the sun cannot be seen at all. The moon's shadow also has two parts, umbra and penumbra. Look at the umbra and penumbra region. Umbra. The region on the earth where the umbra falls will have a total solar eclipse. That means it is totally dark. The region where penumbra falls will have a partial solar eclipse. Will have a partial solar eclipse. Solar eclipses are very short duration, a few minutes or so. Let's turn the page. Let's remember, this is true and false. The sun is made up of mainly hydrogen and a gas called helium. It is true. Number 2, the moon has its own light. It's false. Number 3, during a lunar eclipse, Earth comes between the sun and the moon. It's true. Number 4, the Earth's shadow has 5 parts. It's false. Number 5, during the solar eclipse, the Earth comes between the sun comes between the Earth and the moon. It's false. Dear students, that's all for today. It was the second half and final part of the chapter 11. So, before I signing off, I want to remind you once again, as we are in lockdown situation, but our study is not locked down. Our study must on. Keep study at home, and to prevent from this novel coronavirus COVID-19, wash your hand regularly and keep healthy. Till then, Allah Hafiz. See you with another video.